Mic check.
Good morning, CSL. Happy Sunday. Oh, no. Good morning, CSL. Happy Sunday. All right, that's better. Let's all stand up and sing Spirit is in this place. We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Here we go.
Hey.
Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place.
Good morning, CSL. How's everybody doing today? All right, we're fresh off the plane from Spain, and we're happy to be back. So, yeah, this is our spiritual home, and we definitely missed you. And a couple people have told me that they missed us. So, thank you for holding down the space. You know, there's such a great team here, and everybody's working together. So I heard a lot of good things while we were away. But anyway, we're happy to be back, and I'm grateful to be here. So welcome to Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Fort Lauderdale. My name is Juan Carlos, if you don't know me, and I'm your presider today. I'm a spiritual practitioner here at CSL, also a ministerial student, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be your presider this morning. Thank you for joining us in person, all of you who are here, and anyone who's online, thank you for joining us online. So there's a lot of ways that you could be a part of our community. This is the 21st century, so of course we have all the social medias. You can follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, or via our website, cslftl.org, by selecting the live stream tab. If you're a first-time guest, welcome, welcome. If you're a second-time guest, welcome, welcome. If you're a third-time guest, welcome, welcome. And thank you, everybody who keeps inviting people. I know more and more people have been inviting new people to come and check it out. Continue to do that, please. You know, that we're growing, we're expanding, and inviting someone here, it might be exactly what they're looking for, what we're offering. So there's a lot of ways to stay connected and informed about all that we're doing here at the center. And there's a lot happening here, and we keep adding more things to do so that we can grow together. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or you can download our app, which is listed as Center for Spiritual Living FL, which stands for Fort Lauderdale. And if you find value, if you like what we're doing here, just share. Please share our posts. Please share our platforms with other people. And like I said, invite someone to come and check us out. So we have a lot of announcements, so just let's take a deep breath together. All right, awesome. So the first one is our Reiki circles. Reiki healing circles meet here at CSL every Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon. The time kind of has changed several times, so now it's 11 to noon, and those circles are facilitated by Eric Needleman and Larry Stewart. Are either of you guys here, Eric or Larry? I don't see them, no. Okay, there's no registration fee for the Reiki circles, just show up, but they will be accepting love donations. Please come dressed in comfortable clothing and ready to experience the healing power of Reiki. We also have weekly yoga here at CSL. It's every Wednesday, also 11 a.m. to noon. That's facilitated by Nicole Gonzalez, and yoga is $10 per class or $35 per month. We do have yoga mats and blocks available that you can use here. If you prefer, please go ahead and bring your own. Third announcement, we do have a spiritual book club. I don't know how many of you have been involved in it, but it's an opportunity to read a book that offers us some teachings that we can use in this practice. And they're always changing the book, so it's an opportunity to not just read, but then to sit and discuss what you're learning from the book, you know, what inspires you about the book, or what questions you might have about the book. And those meetings happen every first and third Tuesday of each month. There's two different ways that you can be a part of the book club. You can meet in person here at CSL. That happens 2 p.m. on first and third Tuesdays. And the in-person meetings are facilitated by our very own practitioner, Pat Hanley. Pat Hanley, go ahead and stand up so they can see you real quick. If you have any questions, please come and ask Pat. So that's for the in-person. They also meet on Zoom, and the on Zoom meeting happens 6:30 p.m. first and third Tuesdays of each month. And the Zoom meeting is facilitated by CSL member Sue Corley. Sue, are you here today? She's traveling right now? Okay, she's not here right now. But if you see Sue or Pat in the lobby or anywhere around the center, just ask them about that if you're interested. You do need to buy the book, but they don't offer the book for you, so you have to get a copy of the book yourself. And if you're coming to the meeting this Tuesday, please have chapters 1 and 2 already read and ready for discussion. Oh, the book they're starting, it's a brand new book. It's called Divine Matrix by Greg Braden. Now, Reverend Tina and I have studied this book extensively. We used to facilitate a class called Self-Awareness for several years, and that book was the main text that we used. It's a beautiful book that complements the Science of Mind teachings. It adds a lot of the scientific research, like through quantum physics, that kind of is proving what spirituality has been claiming and teaching for decades, you know, or for centuries. So it's a really, 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 really good book that kind of blends science and spirituality. I highly recommend you join the book club and get the book and read it. Our next announcement is Spiritual Living Circles, which meet every first and third Thursday of every month, 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. here at CSL, and that is facilitated by our practitioner, Carl Gustafson. Carl, can you stand up and let them see you? There's Carl right there. Again, if you have any questions, please, when you see Carl, just go ahead and ask him directly. But in these meetings, they basically read and discuss articles and topics from the Science of Mind magazine. So thank you, Carl, for your service. Next announcement is we have another class, a new class starting up. It's a 5-week class that's called Mental Equivalence, and mental equivalence is based on one of Ernest Holmes' teachings from the Science of Mind. You know, everything starts with our thoughts, everything starts with our consciousness, and in order for us to manifest something in our life, we have to have a mental equivalent in our mind already in advance. We have to have a thought already in place in order for that idea to manifest. So this class will go very deep into this topic, very interesting topic. The class is facilitated by practitioner Judith Phelps. Judith, are you here? Here she is. Wonderful teacher. If you have any questions about the class, please ask Judith. There's no registration fee for the class, but we will be accepting love donations, and we have a video right now.
Hi, my name is Judith Phelps, and I'm one of your licensed prayer practitioners here at CSL Fort Lauderdale. And I'm here to tell you about an exciting class that I will be facilitating called Mental Equivalence. At CSL, we teach that we are surrounded by a law, intelligent law, that responds to us as we believe. And in its own says, our ability to demonstrate is dependent upon our ability to provide a mental equivalent. So I invite you to attend this class where we will learn the tools how to bring that mental equivalent into our experience. Class begins on Monday, September 8th at 6:30 p.m. and it will last 5 weeks here in our community room and online. There's no registration fee for the class, but we will request love donations. So it is a great class, and I'm excited to offer it. And remember to register today.
Please come and check that class out. Thank you so much, Judith. Appreciate you. All right, our last announcement is we have our Fall into Harmony spiritual retreat coming up. How many people did a retreat with Reverend Skip when he was here? Raise your hand if you did a retreat. All right, a lot of you. All right, so these retreats, we adjusted the time a little bit, but it's still a half day. And this one is happening here at CSL Saturday, September 20th from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. And it coincides with the fall equinox, which represents a powerful turning point of balance between light and dark, between daylight and nighttime. This retreat will be an immersive and experiential retreat. We're going to be offering each attendee space to reconnect with the body, to reconnect with the breath, and the inner wisdom as we move into a new season with intention. We're going to be offering many modalities, including guided meditation, self-reflection, yoga, sound bath, and other deep modalities and practices that help you tune in to the truth of who you are. So if you've never been to one of those retreats, come and check it out. We usually get about 30, 40 people. We take out all the chairs in here. We dim the lights. We add decorations. And it's just a beautiful day of experiencing spirit within ourselves and together collectively. There's opportunity to share and to commune with other people. Come and check it out. We are going to have more information as it gets closer to the time. You do have to register in advance, either online or at the desk in the lobby. But like I said, we're going to have, hopefully in the coming weeks, we'll have a video made for that as well, so you get to understand more about that. The registration fee is $99, and it's going to be facilitated by Reverend Tina and myself, and we'll have a couple other special guest facilitators with us, helping us with the different aspects of what we're offering. And that's it for announcements. Thank you for your patience and for your listening. So now it's time for our intention statement. So please join me in standing as we read it together. And then after we've read it together, you can say hello to your guests, give a high five, a namaste, a hug, whatever works for you, okay? So CSL Fort Lauderdale, who are we?
So funny. Why are we like this? Good morning.
So how wonderful it is to be called back to center, and how grateful I am to be back at this center. So this is our time of meditation. We're going to do a 10-minute meditation. We're going to have our wonderful Hal underscore it for the first 5 minutes, and then we'll spend 5 minutes in silence together as well. The meditation will be led by our very own practitioner, emeritus, John Rossetti, and we're so grateful for the opportunity to sit in stillness together, knowing something powerful happens when two or more are gathered in this intention of knowing the truth of who we are.
Good morning, CSL family. Let us turn within for our beautiful meditation. And I invite you to close your eyes. And let us take a deep breath together. Letting go of everything that has come before us now. We bring our full attention to this meditation, here and now. Be still. I am spirit within. And as we gently return into this present moment, I know there is that one infinite intelligence of God mind. And I know that infinite intelligence shows up right here and right now. It is awake, alive, and aware in each one of you, individually and collectively, in this very room and within the sound of my voice. I know there's not a spot on this planet where that intelligence is not. It is always with us, all the time. Everywhere we go, everything we touch, everything we think, it's there. It's there to guide, guard, direct, and protect us every step of the way. And so as we begin this beautiful new day, I know that this service that we are about to receive, as each one of us is open and receptive to the wonderful music and the wonderful message that Reverend Tina brings us. And as each of us know that truth, we know that every part of our body is open and receptive to that healing energy as well. And I know if there are any ouches within us, we clear them right here and right now, knowing that we have that possibility. We have that intelligence living, moving, and having its being within each of us. It's easy. It's so easy. And so, as we focus on our breath, let's know that we are accomplished human beings. We are accomplished spiritual beings having that human experience as spirit shows up in our world. I know for each one of us that the highest and best has already unfolded here this morning and continues to unfold during this service as each one of us is open and receptive to the influx of that dynamic good that continues to unfold in all areas of our life, our health, our vibrant health, our relationships centered in love, and our ongoing wealth and prosperity. And lastly, the way each one of us expresses ourselves with that individuality of spirit working through us, in us, and as us. So in harmony and balance, knowing this truth, I have so much gratitude in my heart, an attitude of gratitude for every single thing I have, and for every single thing that each of us has, and for everything that is to come our way right here and right now as I speak these words. And so I release them into that law, that perfect law, that immutable law that is already taking our words, our thoughts, and our actions into fruition. And again, giving thanks for this truth, I simply affirm it by saying, and join me together, and so it is.
Good morning again, CSL. Let's welcome our guest singer today, Chessie Smith. Spirit is our source of strength. We honor it with each breath we take. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love. In the name of love. You build the bridges, I tear down walls. We'll make a world that works for us all. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love. In the name of love. In the name of love, there is the truth behind the life we live. Nothing hides the light we shine when we're standing side by side. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love. Every name is the name of love. We all come
from the name of love.
one heart,
Every face is the face of love.
one mind,
Every voice is the voice of love.
one power.
Every name is the name of love. We all come from a place of love.
One heart,
Every face is the face of love.
one
Every
mind,
voice is the voice of love.
one power.
Every name is the name of love. We all come from a place of love.
One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love. One power. In the name of love.
Thank you so much. I always love when there's a song that I don't know, and I'm just leaning in and wanting to hear what was being said and sung. It was beautiful. Thank you. One heart, one mind, one power, all in the name of love. Beautiful. So good morning, everyone. Hello and happy Sunday. I am so grateful to be back. Like JC said, we traveled back from Spain. We came back, I guess, midnight on Friday. We were up for 24 hours for that travel, settling in yesterday. It's good. I don't feel, what's it called? Jet lagged. Yeah, I feel really like this is it. This is the time zone I'm supposed to be living in right now, so it's good. But I had such an interesting realization on our travels. I do love taking a vacation. Don't get me wrong. I love a good vacation. But a few days into the vacation, I had a real realization. You know, that in the past, I would go away. I would travel. And I would think, I could just live here forever, right? I could leave my life behind and just live on vacation for the rest of my life. But in this vacation, I realized I want to go home. And what was in me that was bringing up this emotion of coming back was that I'm here to do something. You know, that so many years in my life, I think I worked in a field that I enjoyed. I made a lot of money. It was great, but it wasn't my soul's purpose. It wasn't my soul's calling. So the vacation was an escape from that lowercase r reality. It was an escape from the life I was living. And I wanted a greater life, so I went on vacation. And vacations are great because here's a new perspective, right? And it gave me that space. And that's where the realization came for me, was that I left everything. And, this job, this thing that I've said yes to, it is a lot, and it can be heavy, and there's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts, and so even when we were leaving, it was like, okay, yes, I'm ready to get away. But when I got away and then there was this space, I was like, no, I need to go back. That there's something that's happening here. There's something that I'm participating in. There's this thing that's being creating, that there is this vision of my life that I can't help but speak from, to live from, and to act from. And I had that very opportunity to do that here. And what a blessing. And I could not wait to come back. So the talk title for today is Partners in God's Company, which is so interesting because when I was doing the talk title, I didn't realize it was the talk for Labor Day weekend. So thank you all for joining us on a wonderful holiday weekend. Thank you everyone in person. Thank you all online. Thank you for being here. And what an interesting, conversion and order that's present even beyond my mind's, trying to control anything. This idea of Labor Day, I kind of went into it because I was like, I don't really know much about Labor Day. I know that it marks the end of the summer season. I know it's always been a celebration, but, the real understanding that it's the celebration of the social and economic achievement of the nation's, we're going to call them workers because that's what it was called when I looked it up, but all of us, that we are all participating in this thing called life, that everything that we're imparting, everything, all of our time and the talent that we have and that which we're going into this world and giving of ourselves and participating in that which circulates this wonderful economic and social experiment, if you will, and so it's something to celebrate that we're all here and we're all here doing the work. But there's a little twist on the work that we're doing and that which I'm trying to highlight through this talk today. And to let us know that we're all partners in God's company. And what is, a partner? It's multiple people working together for a goal, a vision, coming together, right? And there's this wonderful awareness of knowing that to be a partner in a company is an individual who has power. Right? So they have a level of power. They have a level of ability. They have a level of acknowledgement. They have a level of being the person that's creating that which is the experience. And that is what we all have. That's what we've been born into. That we're already partners in this company, this God company. Now, if you're here for the first time, if you don't really know much about our teachings, our New Thought teachings, I'm not speaking about a God out there, right? So yes, I'm using this terminology, I'm using this metaphor. God, yes, is this boss, but he's not a person, he's not a he. It's the substance of life itself. It is that which has come forth, that we've all come forth through. It is the creative medium, it is the substance, it's the container, it's that which reflects it back to us, what we've created in life. That's a little key from the Greg Braden book that we're about to go into. So love that book. And that's the thing that I'm calling God. And what is this company? This company itself is life itself. It is the thing itself. It is that which we're already a part of. It's not outside of us. It's within us, and we move within it. That's the company I'm talking about. And that's the power that I'm asking you just to kind of change your way of which you're looking at how it is and what it is we're doing in this thing called life. Greg Braden goes on to say that a new way of seeing our role in this world. So this is what this talk is based upon, is we have this opportunity to see ourselves newly for the truth of who we are, for the power and the presence and the creative substance that we are and that we get to express. Partnership can also be a synonym for relationship, and we are in relationship to everything in life. And as we were traveling to Spain, we had the opportunity to be around Juan Carlos's family. He hasn't seen his mom in 10 years, hadn't seen his dad in 7, hadn't seen some uncles and aunts in about the same 10-year time, some 15 years. So, of course, there's a partnership. There's a partnership in this thing called life, and there's those partnerships in which we're really aware of, right? We're aware of our family partnerships. We're aware of our friend partnerships. We're aware of this partnership, this relationship that we have in community. But what I'm saying is we're in partnership with all of life. We're in partnership with it all, with every being, with everything, with every experience, with every magnificent tree. We're in partnership with even those things that we would call different, that which we would call other. That this idea of being a partner in God's company, which we all are, is speaking to our inherent oneness, that we're not in separation and that there's not otherness. It's really easy, of course, when I travel and I go on vacation, we go to a new country, and I can look at really quickly is what's different, right? The language is different. The food is different. The culture is different. The topography especially is different than what I experience here in Florida, right? The nature, what's there, what is, that people are interacting and how they're experiencing their life can seem different, but we are all the same. And that's the wonderful thing about travel, is when I can get to that sweet spot of seeing all that is seemingly different in life and get to the heart of the matter and realize it's all the same. We're all the same. We have the same desires in life. We have the same capacities. We have the same wants and dreams. To be seen, to be known, to be recognized, to be loved, to be creative. This is inherent in all life. This is inherent in our life. And so in partnership with life, what does that mean? What does that mean to you, to be in partnership with all life? So these are questions I'm just going to ask you to take with you this week, so we have something that we get to contemplate, to come into contact with. In partnership, right? In relationship, there's not always my way. And so for me, this idea of being in partnership with all life is being in partnership with this earth. And so what is the best and the highest good that's seeking to be expressed? So all are honored, all are accepted, all are welcomed, all are loved, right? So sometimes that requires for myself to put myself to the side, right? To put my little wants, my little desires, my little adamant testimonies of, this is the way I need my life to be, right? I get to put that aside when I'm realizing that I'm in partnership with all of life. I'm in partnership in my relationship with my husband, right? We went on this trip, and I had one definite thing about being on this trip. I was like, we're going to Spain. We're going to see family for one of our vacations. My adamant, hard-line request was that we would go to Morocco. I was like, we're going to be so close, and I hadn't been there. We lived in Spain for a year. I'd never been to Morocco. I was like, we got to go there. I was really hard-nosed about this. And it would have required some days, to travel to a different town and stay there and take a ferry and find a tour guide and all this kind of stuff. It required some work, if you will, to make it all happen. But that isn't the reason it happened. The reason it didn't happen, we didn't go to Morocco. But there was this level of compromise that I knew I was willing to do as I'm in partnership and relationship with my husband. Because we had the opportunity to go to Salamanca instead. We weren't planning to do that in the end. We were planning to do the Morocco thing. But just being there and being present in Spain and being present with, this is where he grew up. He grew up in this area. He grew up in Salamanca. He grew up around his uncles and aunts that he hadn't seen. And I don't know when we're going to be there again, So my hard request of going to a different country, standing in a different land, right? Having this amazing adventure, I was willing to put it aside, in partnership of my husband having the ability to be around his family that I don't know when he would see again. And I wouldn't be okay with coming back, and God forbid, someone made their transition and he had the opportunity to see them and he didn't. So it was such a wonderful way of being on this trip, was holding the space of all of these wonderful reunions, to bear witness to what it means to come together in our lives, to be in partnership with another individual, and to see how that was an integral part of who Juan Carlos is today is because of all these individuals that he knew that imparted a part of their being on them. And it was really wonderful. It was actually the most rewarding time, I would say, with the family for the whole vacation, because this portion of the family were very interested in what we were doing. They were very excited about, the trajectory of our life and, our life mission and our life goal. And so to really have the opportunity in our broken Spanglish to sort of try to express these spiritual truths and principles, is wonderful to see things light up in another individual. So that's what partnership is about, that we don't always get, quote unquote, our way, but trusting this wonderful way in which life and partnership and relationship is always revealing an opportunity for us to be in service to ourselves and for a higher good and a higher love to express. I grew up, I've said this many times, I am a TV person. I grew up with a TV in my bedroom. I watched all the movies that I could watch. I ingest movies like it's crazy. And so I know that part of this talk also came from this idea of watching all these movies in the 80s, early 90s, you all probably watched, right? This idea of, striving up this corporate ladder, right? These movies that showed people becoming these corporate partners, if you will. Some of them were funny, some of them were more serious, some of them had some sort of deception so people can reach a level of achievement in life. And so there's this wonderful opportunity to really reflect on, how has that imparted itself on me and us as a society? What does it say about success? That we have to reach a certain level of notoriety in the company in which we work for, which isn't a bad thing, right? But like Baby Boom I watched actually before we went to Spain. It's a movie, it was 1987, it was Diane Keaton. Her name actually in the movie was JC, and she was, a very busy, corporate-minded individual that was making her way to partner. She was about to become partner in this company, and she had this, it's a movie, guys. So she had this child that was given to her, one of her relatives passed, and she inherited a child. She inherited a baby. And then she realized that, I can't have a baby. I can't do this. I have this, this direction that I'm going in my life. I'm looking to be, a partner in this company. It's going to require all of my time, all of my hours. I will have no space and time for myself. But this baby changed her. This baby showed something to her. She even went to give it up for adoption after having it for the weekend, and already started this bond, started this connection. There was already this partnership that called her forth in a different dynamic. She was called to be a partner to this child instead of stepping up and being a partner in this company. Fast forward through the movie, she ends up becoming very successful. She creates a baby food company, and she actually goes back to the company she worked for, and they try and buy the company from her. Like, she has this level of success when she followed the thing that was pulling her forward from her heart. And so that's what this is about. That's what life is about. And that this partnership in God's company, we don't lose ourselves. We don't lose a part of our humanity. We don't step out of integrity so we step others to get to the top. We are already there. We are already given everything that we need. There's a quote from the Bible that says, "Many are called, few are chosen." And my teacher always changed it up a bit and said, "All are called, few choose." So we've all been called. We've all won this lottery. We've all been partners in this company, right? And let's change it in our mind. Let's have this opportunity to look at, what it is, right? Our greatest goal or desire possibly to be a partner in even one of these large companies that are making so much money, having so much movement, right? Like if you were a partner in Apple, if you're a partner in Google, if you were a partner in Amazon, right? What would that mean for your stock holdings and your money and all of that, right? That level of excitement of having that dream or that vision, I want you to put that same level of excitement, that same level of your dream and your vision into the knowingness that you have already been given partners to this thing called life. Everything that you need is already within you. Everything that you need is already within you to succeed in this thing called life. There's a quote from the Bible, it's Corinthians 3:9, and it says, "For we are God's fellow workers. You are God's field and God's building." I'm going to change it to, "For we are all God's partners in this thing called life, and that we are God's field. What does that mean? That we have been given, we have the ability to cultivate, we have the ability to create, we have the ability to plant the seed into our own beingness, into our own mind, into our own very body temples, the vibration and frequency in which we hold of this truth, and know that we can cultivate and we can grow and we can harvest magnificent riches, magnificent fruits. It may very well look like you rise to the partner of a company, but do we understand that it's a different path in getting there? It's a different path in getting there. It's the knowingness of who and what I am, what I have already been given. So we are God's field. We are this place of manifestation. It is already within us, and we have the capacity to use it. And that we are God's building. We've been given the structure. We've been given the foundation. And when we've been given the freedom to design it any way we want, it can look any way we want. Any way we want. How fantastic. That is the creativity that lives within us. You know, we were in Spain and we went to museums. We love art. So, of course, we went to Malaga, the town of Malaga, and they have a Picasso museum, and the line is crazy, and you have to buy tickets in advance, and then you wait in line, and you get in, and to see Picasso, you're like trying to move through each painting with all these people around you trying to look at Picasso. So we looked at it all, and it was great. It's Picasso. It's fantastic. And then we went upstairs to another exhibit. There was hardly anyone in there. It was Oscar Dominguez, a surrealist, a Spanish surrealist. My mind was blown by what was in front of me. The creative nature. I love surrealism, so of course it was definitely up my alley, but you know, I've come into contact with some other surreal artists. I had never heard of them. I'd never experienced these works, these massive works that are in front of me that imparted this feeling, that imparted this experience, this dreamlike state, this possibility state. And it was coming through painting, and it was inciting and exciting something in me. And that's the creative nature that exists within all of us. We have that ability to create anything in our life. We can create the masterpieces in our own life. It may be arts, it may be writing, it may be just the way you love, it may be the way you serve. That is a masterpiece. It is beyond any box. We're open to any idea of what it can be. It is what it's meant to be, and it's what's meant to come through you. I love that. I love that. I loved coming across that, coming across and encountering this wonderful new artist. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that, in me, just encompasses this thing that we're doing, this being in partnership with life, you know, and letting go of this old idea that I'm doing anything on my own. I'm not doing anything on my own. I'm doing it all in this unified field of awareness and consciousness that's God itself, that's moving in through and as me, that's constantly guiding and directing me. And I'm knowing that to be the same and absolute truth for each and every one of you here. That is who we are. That is what it is. So we're going this together. We're going through this thing together. Many hands make light loads. And we're each inspired to a different action, to a different thing in which we're creating in this world, different way in which we participate in this world that truly does and already is working for everybody. So this idea of partnership, it's personal. It's personal to each of us because our relationship with the divine is personal. And there's 3 C's to partnership, which is in a normal business setting, right? These are 3 normal business settings. And what I'm doing is now also presenting it to you so you can know that this is also what's in the spiritual setting. So the 3 C's of partnership is communication. So I invite you to communicate with this divine presence, with this divine nature, with life itself, with all that you come into contact with. with those in which you can communicate with your words, and that which you can only communicate with your presence. Be open and available for this divine communication. The second C is collaboration, that we are here to work together. We can look out into this world, and there is so much that's happening, and there's so much that gets to be different and gets to change. And we get to collaborate from this space, first through the communication, first getting the divine idea, first being inspired and empowered in the knowingness that this is my path and I'm moving through this from a space of love, and then I move into collaboration for this opportunity to create something new, to create a new way of being, to create a new nonprofit, to create a way in which I get to show up as a loving activist for change in this world. I get to be that first for myself. I get to collaborate with like-minded individuals, and I get to implement it into this world and see the mighty difference that it makes. And then the third C in partnership is commitment. To be a partner in a regular company, it requires work. A lot of work, actually. A lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of dedication, a lot of commitment. To be a partner in God's company, in the spiritual journey, in the spiritual life, it also requires commitment from you. It requires that you do the work. It is already given, but that doesn't mean I don't have to do anything, because that's just living on vacation for the rest of your life. You're here to do something. And that this first C, communication, is a state of being. You're being present to what is. Collaboration is another level of activation, right? And action. You're being called to come together and to create an action plan, to create a movement forward. And then the third one is commitment, which also involves both of that. It's the being and the doing. You get to be present to what it feels like to be committed on this path, committed on this journey, committed on a greater expansion of your own awareness. So I'll leave you with this one last quote, and it's from Ernest Holmes. And it says, "No good can come to us unless it makes its advent through the center of God consciousness, which we are. The hope of destiny is latent in the slumbering thought, and genius lies buried until the attention is winged with love and reason. To help those in need is indeed a great privilege, but the blind cannot lead the blind. We must awake to the realization a divine partnership has already been formed between the seen and the invisible." That's it. It's already been formed. It's already been given. There is a divine partnership, and that we're here to awaken it, that we have a mighty destiny, but we're here to not just slumber in the thought of it. We're here to be present to how it's moving through us, how it's showing itself through all life experiences, through all relationships, and that we have this awareness that's already been formed in that which we see and that which is the invisible. One of the last conversations we had around spirituality with Juan Carlos's dad is he definitely was adamant that, like, I will only believe it when I see it. But what we teach in metaphysicians, as metaphysicians and through and as metaphysics and New Thought, is that once we believe it, we shall see it. And so it is. Thank you. So how wonderful it is to be present with you. We're going to take what comes first? The ask or the offering? Thank you. Vacation brain. I know we also welcome our first-time guests. So we're taking the offering first. So this is an opportunity for you to invest in the company, to invest in that which is God's company and life itself, the life of the spiritual community, that there's an opportunity for you to give and impart of yourself through your money, through your time, through your talents. Be a magnificent servant to this truth as you give freely from your hearts, knowing the good that comes from your givingness. So we thank you in advance for that which you give. We thank you to all our TPL members. Those are our Prosperous Life members who give to us on a monthly basis, that continue to help us budget and fund all of the great activities and the great expansion that is happening here at CSL.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go, let it all go. This is what you had to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Here we go. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I invite you to put your hands out. Let's bless this tithe together. Let's know that these baskets are filled to overflowing, yes, with the monetary expression, but at the energy and the love and the appreciation for what this center is. That we bless this and we know that it goes forth and it multiplies. It multiplies as greater classes, greater events, greater expansion of this center, so that we are part of the changing of this very dynamic of this world in which we live in. That we participate in making this world that works for all beings everywhere. And that we are the space of love and acceptance that it begins in. So I thank you and I bless this, and so it is. Okay, any first-time guests? I try to do it in reverse. I was too excited to look out for anyone who's here for the first time. We have all people who've been here before. We have a pointing of a finger back here. Someone's being outed. Thank you for being here. Thank you. We're just going to give you a gift. We're going to give you a card to fill out. You could become part of our newsletter, be in the know of all that's happening here. We're grateful to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for anyone online who's been participating today as the first time. Wonderful. We have another wonderful offering from our music ministry, so let us enjoy.
Welcome our guest singer, Jesse Smith.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you don't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Now I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Now if there is a load you had to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road, and I'll share your load if you just call me. Everybody say,
Call me,
everybody say,
call me,
call me.
Call me.
When you need a friend,
call me,
I'm right here for you. Oh yeah,
call me,
I'm right here. You just
call me,
call me.
call me,
Ooh, yeah.
call me.
Oh yes, you just call me, please.
Call me.
Last time you just called me.
That was good. Just call on me, brother, call on me, sister, call on our practitioners and ministers who I'm inviting up to the stage. We all need someone to lean on, yes? And I ask that you lean on this consciousness of this wonderful practitioner and ministerial people here who will always know the truth for you. Call them, lean on them, let them know the truth no matter what you're moving through. Ask them for prayer after the service. Participate in their holding you and the space in which you can lean into and be held by this divine truth. All right. I'll see some of you will be praying with them after. I encourage you to. So come back next week, 10:30 a.m. We'll be here, same bat time, same bat place.
All right, everyone, let's just go within and close our eyes and know this together, that there is only one power, one force, one source, one infinite intelligence that's beyond our own understanding, that creates and operates this world with us in partnership through our thoughts, through our consciousness, through our intention, through our words, not just to others, but what we say to ourselves. So I'm realizing right now, yes, there is work to do on this Labor Day weekend, but allow yourself to labor in love, to labor easily, and to see the fruits of your work along the way, to see the fulfillment of your efforts along the way, to see the sparks of joy, the acts of kindness, to be of service. This is part of our true nature. So I'm knowing this for each and every single one of us, and I release this truth to the law of mind that makes my words so right now as we say together, and so it is.
Join us as we sing This Is My Wish. This is my wish for the world, that peace will find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song that everybody sings. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Oh, 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 oh. Peace on earth, oh, 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 yeah, yeah.
Peace on earth.
Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bell and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, 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 let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Happy Sunday, CSL.
Happy Sunday, everyone.